Hi, welcome back to another Marky-mark video. Christmas seems a long time ago now, doesn't it? Still in the depths of winter here, but spring is around the corner. But that hasn't stopped me from procuring a number of fantastic records. And I'm going to start off with something very special, which caught my eye last weekend. I was in town and popped into this music shop that sells instruments with my uncle. There was a box on the floor with used records, and I thought, that's unusual, let's have a look. Started looking through them, and I looked up at the guy behind the counter and I said, is this someone's collection? There's some incredible stuff here. And he goes, yeah, you know, someone's getting rid of a few records. And I picked up, and I had to get it, even though it's not jazz, but a copy of this, the Wild Thymes, Reflections. Now, if you're in the vinyl community, you'll know that you'll know of the Ingroove in Arizona, Mike Esposito, who really got me into jazz and got me into looking out for really good quality recordings. He co-produced this, or he was the producing supervisor. He's credited on the back. They only did 2,000 of these, and this is number 340, and it's sort of typical. Well, the hype sticker says it's Arizona Spectacular AAA Psychedelic Masterpiece. It's basically psychedelic rock from the 1960s, 1970s, 1979. Mastered by Bernie Grumman, of course. As soon as I saw this, I thought, I'm having it. I mean, it's £45. It's quite expensive for a record, but it's not my kind of thing that I'll listen to time and time and again. But I'm just amazed to see it here in the southwest in a used record bin. So it's a beautiful record. I mean, it looks fantastic. I'll just it's got a beautiful purple colour to it. Yeah, look at that. It sounds perfect. It's got a really lovely, as you'd expect really from a all analogue cut by Bernie Grumman. So yeah, amazed to get this. The Wild Thymes Reflections. So I've got quite a few to show you actually. It's been quite a busy few months. Also in that box, I was really stoked to see this gem, which I've had my eye on. It's Charles Mingus at Carnegie Hall with John Faddis, John Handy, Rashman, Roland Kirk, Charles McPherson and others. And this is a fantastic trifold triple LP production. The photos are amazing. Look at the photos. Amazing. Really recommend this. Sounds amazing. So yeah, this was done in 1960 something, 1974, sorry. But yeah, it's a killer album. Really well done, really well, nicely mastered. Actually mastered by somebody I'd not heard before. Sam Feldman. Oh, I've heard of Sam Feldman. Pretty sure I have. Fantastic. Also in that box, and I just couldn't let this go. It was the Acoustic Sound reissue of Nina Simone's Pastel Blues. It's incredible. Loves Nina Simone. I've got Put a Spell on You, and it's this is just sounds fantastic on my system. It's just like she's in the room. Beautiful. Favourite track is got to be Cinnamon. Brilliant. Really like that. So just after Christmas there was a few sales going on. Really good time to buy some absolute gems at half price, what have you. So I picked this up from Rough Trade for half price. Yusef Lateef's Atlantis Lullaby. It's a record store day release, and this is number 1181, and it's 2024 on Elemental Music. There's plenty of these around. It's not expensive, and I can't understand why, because it's just a fabulous record. It's worth buying just to listen to A Flower on side A, which is a flute piano duet, but it's a fantastic record. Let's have a look at the inside, because it's got, there we go, the good man himself, Yusef Lateef. Yeah, really like that. To make up the order to get free delivery, I had to get something else with that, and I chose, let me find it, this little beauty. So it's Shirley Scott, Queen Talk live at the Live Bank, with George Coleman, Bobby Dorham, Ernie Andrews. Another record store day release that was half price. Fantastic. She's absolutely giving it some on the organ on this. This is number 2704 of 3000. So coming to the latter end of the pressing, but it's a fantastic. Oh, it's just been beautifully reproduced and mastered. Look at that lovely picture of her there. Yeah, so Shirley Scott was Stanley Turrentine's wife for a while, and there's a lovely booklet in here which tells about her career and how she made a name for herself on the keys. Really amazing. So just prior to Christmas, after my last video, I managed to get a copy of this. And I saw this on Michael 45, which led me to listen to it first before buying. So it's Solar Energy, Ray Brown Trio, and it's it's such good feeling. It's such good music. Sounds absolutely amazing, and you know, it's not, the cover's not anything to write home about, but my word, this is an audiophile record, and I'm really pleased to have it. This came out last year. Of course, it's Analog Productions, so the quality is up there. 100% analog. Fantastic. Really recommend that. Along with that, from the same supplier, I finally got myself a copy of this absolute classic, Ahmad Jamal at the Pershing, but not for me, on Argo. Again, Analog Productions, printed at QRP. I try and keep all the stickers and what have you, just to sort of, yeah, just to keep it as a keepsake. But oh, I'm so glad to get a copy of this. I've been waiting for ages for prices to kind of sort themselves out, and just managed to get myself a little treat on this. This is a 2020 reissue. Originally came out in 1958, and it's just gorgeous. This is a perfect late night record to sit with a glass of something nice and just chill out. So happy to get a copy of this. So I was in Scotland over Christmas, well, over New Year, and there's a record shop in the town that we were staying at, and I popped in, and I wasn't expecting anything special, but I picked up two really good records, really well priced, but two that I'd had my eye on that I know that they're quite sought after, and I recommend them if you seek them out yourself. It's the Jazz Dispensary, the Golden Hour. Now, I've not been a massive fan of the Jazz Dispensary. I think some of it's a little bit, I don't know, hasn't really done much for me. But this is a great listen. We've got Hampton Halls, Johnny Hammond Smith, Sonny Rollins. So it's basically a collection of funky sounds curated and brought together by the Jazz Dispensary. Made in the Czech Republic, and this came out on a Record Store Day Black Friday exclusive. So there's a bit of a hype sticker there, which I'm not going to talk about too much. Although I might show you the record itself because it looks fantastic. It's a really beautiful looking record. And when I saw it, I thought, oh no, it's coloured, it's going to sound dreadful. But actually, it sounds gorgeous. Let's try and get the light here. Sort of like this turquoise, golden swirly. Yeah, really lovely. I'm going to play that later, I think. But also in that Scottish record shop, I've been eyeing my up on this one, but the Jimmy Smith Root Down, which sounds great. I do prefer the streamed version from, I think, Spotify or wherever, because it's the full version with all the chat from Jimmy at the beginning, which is really funny, worth listening to. This doesn't have it. For some reason they cut it out, which I'm a bit cross about. But this came out before Christmas, and I agree with reviewers in that it's probably Jimmy Smith's best album. Of course, we've got the track Root Down, which the Beastie Boys ripped on, I think it's Ill Communication. Yeah. Yes, it was Ill Communication. So if you're from my era, from the 90s, you'll love this, because a lot of the Beastie Boys used jazzy, funky tracks to sort of rap to, and this is great. This is where it came from. This is the beginning of it for that album. So yeah, Acoustic Sound Series. I think Bernie mastered this one. I think he did. No, Ryan Smith from Sterling Sound. But yeah, really worth getting this. It's funky as hell all the way through. I managed to pick up a second-hand open version of Jimmy Smith's The Cat as well. Talking about Jimmy Smith. And this is fantastic. It's produced by, orchestrated by Lalo Schifrin. He's the guy who did all the Dirty Harry music from the film Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood. So there's a lot of really good sweeping theatrical stuff going on. But I got this a bit cheaper because it was used, but it sounds fantastic. Really, really good. And I popped into my local record shop and picked up some second-hand blind buys. Really recommend this. Jim McNeely's Rain Dance. Just turn this down a bit. Listening to an ECM record. Jim McNeely's Quintet, Rain Dance. Sounds fantastic. Really good. Really easy listening, really funky. It's right up my street. Yeah, bought from a local record shop for £15. Really recommend this. Part of the reason I bought this was it's on the Steeplechase label, and I think Steeplechase just are fantastic. Yeah, I look out for Steeplechase particularly because they sound really good. I also picked up this blind buy. The front cover is awful. Don't judge a book by its cover, or don't judge a record by its cover. The Breakfast Band Dolphin Ride. This is sort of 1982, so it's limited edition apparently. Half-speed master, pressed in Germany. So it's fantastic. Lots of lovely steel drum, kind of reggae funky, sunshine music, jazz, but really lovely. So I'm more than delighted with this. I'll be looking out for more stuff from them. Just, yeah, lots of steel drum, lots of funky stuff. A little bit of, yeah, it does sound a bit reggae-ish, but it is jazz. Three more to go. Also picked up Jack DeJohnette's Special Edition. This is great. Got so many good reviews. It's from 1980 on ECM. And we've got David Murray on tenor saxophone, bass clarinet, Arthur Blythe on alto sax, and Peter Warren on bass cello. Loads of good bass work on this, which is, I'm playing the bass at the moment, really enjoying it. Really good sound. And some would say this is one of Jack's better offerings. Yeah, fantastic. After one of our jazz club meetups, a good friend of mine put me on to Niels Peter Molvær, the album Switch. And so I picked up this second-hand copy, which is awesome. Quite dark. It's got a nice, really dark, sort of futuristic, modern sound to it. But I really recommend. And the guy I bought this from, he actually also added a newspaper cutting from the time July 2004, which I was really stoked at, really happy to receive and read, talking about the albums, or talking about the Niels Peter Molvær and some of the stuff that he's been going on about at the time. So I really recommend that. And last but not least, this was a very recent offering, which I saw. Very glad to get it. Just come out as a reissue on the Blue Note Classic Vinyl Series. Freddie Hubbard, Here to Stay. Yeah, it's Freddie Hubbard. It's just, you just have to have it. It's Freddie Hubbard. I mean, the lineup itself is just worth having, with Wayne Shorter, Cedar Walton, Reginald Workman, and Philly Joe Jones. I don't have to say any more. Listen to this, it's fantastic. So that's it for now. A couple of recent upgrades. Managed to get myself, after Christmas, or actually just before Christmas, managed to upgrade to a Riga Athos amplifier, which has been a massive jump. Great performance. And so I said goodbye to my little name, which is fun. I loved that name, 5SI. I really did. It was a gorgeous little amp, but it needed to have a new home. So yeah, so I managed to part with that. And looking forward to the rest of the year. So nice to see you. Hope you're all well. Speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.